Hello and welcome to this video. Today I'm going to be doing a stock analysis on AAK. Now, if you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. And of course, remember, this isn't financial advice. This is purely for educational and entertainment purposes. Now, if you don't know what AAK makes, they make oils and fats, cosmetic and animal feeds, and they also make stuff for like fake chocolate for vegans and other stuff like that. So it's quite a unique company. Now, I like the company quite a lot. I have owned quite a large amount of shares in this company, but I did sell them. I sold them right around, not the peak here, but I sold them right around 316 Swedish crowns, and I sold out. And the reason I'm making this analysis today is because I do think long term they have quite great benefits, and also they're just quite a bit cheaper than they previously have been, and I do see them gaining quite nicely in the future again. Now, let's take a look at the graph. As you can see, if we go all the way back here from 23, you can see where it's trading down 200. It went up quite nicely and went all the way up here on the top, so 343 Swedish kroners, and then it is down, now trading at 272. So yeah, it has fallen quite a bit from the top. We did see it fall quite heavily here, also because they made poor earnings, earning 3% less than anticipated. Now, as you can see, we also have had a death cross previously, and we are still trading down from that back in February, and it has just been downhill ever since. In the future, we might see a golden cross. We do see a bit of a correction on here. As you can see, we are having a bit of a bottoming out here, making a support levels here, which is quite unique because we are not on any previous bottom out level here. So it is a newly formed level. So if there were one here or here, let's say this was slower, we would have some better technicals for it, but we don't really have any. So having this bottom formation here, it is stabilizing quite a bit, which of course is nice if you're worried about volatility. Now, if we look at the RSI at the moment, also as you can see down here, it is just trading right on the middle. So that is of course nice. We have unfortunately seen it trading a bit more down here in the bottom level. We do see a few bigger pitfalls, of course, because we have seen a couple of sellouts, even though, as we see here, they even had a huge drop, even though they were above anticipated earnings, which of course is unfortunate. Now, the next earnings report is tomorrow. We have the April of 23rd today, so we are gonna see tomorrow. It may be jump, maybe it's gonna fall. I think it's gonna sit quite still. I don't really think it's gonna surprise that much next quarter. Now, if we look at the earnings, as you can see, some earnings they surprise by almost 20%, and some they don't, as we see here with minus almost 4% and minus 3.4%. And of last one we did see 0.7% above. We do guide a bit higher this time than last time, so hopefully they're gonna beat it. Now they pay out quite decent dividends, of course, 1.3%, but they do pay them out once a year, which of course I don't like, because then you can't reinvest them during the year. So they pay them out once a year, and they pay them out in May, which is quite unique. Very few companies actually does that. So yeah, they pay them out soon. So if you want to get on the dividend train, of course you need to buy them quite soon before X day. That is the 9th. So that means you have about, let's say, 2 weeks from recording this, which is the 23rd of April. Now, as you can see here, they make a ton of money. They make over 1 billion Swedish kronor every single year. And last year they made great money because they have quite a large portion of their revenue in fake chocolate. They make chocolate replacement, and currently the cocoa prices are insanely high. So that is also why I think they are going to increase in the future. Also because just as it is currently, cocoa fields are being more and more hard to grow and make profits on. So I see their business model within that grow quite decently. So it's quite nice. Also, just they make a lot of stuff for vegans, and I think that the vegan population is only gonna grow. So they also have huge growth opportunity there, which is also a reason I like AAK quite a lot. Now, of course, in the quarters also, they have quite nice margins. We do also see that, as you can see here, their margins have increased from 22 to 6%, 23, and then almost 8% last year, and let's hope they continue that. Now, seasonals, and let's take a look back all the way through 2010. As you can see, more often than not, it actually performs quite nicely. We did see some years where it fell. This year, it also fell, of course. But as you can see, more often than not, it performs quite decently, and they also pay dividends, so it is quite a nice stock to have. Now, on the technicals on this, currently it is a sell for the day, and for the month, it is actually a neutral. As you can see, and that is because we have this formation here where it is trading sideways, so it's not a buy nor a sell at the moment. Chances are we need that the SMA lines get closer. That's the green line here, the 50-day moving average, and the 200-day moving average here to get closer, and then hopefully make a golden cross and see some upwards momentum. Then it's going to be a proper buy signal. Now the analyst rating on this are quite extremely in different categories here, as we see 7 in strong buy, 2 in hold, and 2 in strong sell. As you can see, quite ups and downs here. We do see some up by 54%. Some the average is of course plus 20%, and the worst is minus 10%. But then again, if you have a strong sell and the worst case scenario is minus 10% from the current price, it might be a good time to pick up now, of course, because then your worst case scenario, say you take analyst ratings into considerations, that is minus 10%, and minus 10% is going to be quite easily caught up again in the long run. So quite interesting at the moment, and as I said, it is trading quite low. You can also see that here in the graph. Of course, we did see 2 years ago it was trading decently, but then again, you would have to be around April 24, so it is almost a year. It is a year's gains it has lost almost. So that is of course a great opportunity to pick up if you think, like me, it is gonna increase. I think at the end of the year, I think actually this is quite decent. 330 might be okay. I think maybe a bit higher, but let's see with the political unrest at the moment. You can also just see in their guidance, they are guiding better and better and better and better every single year. So I don't find it possible to see that they were going to increase their dividends. They might do that, given that they earn more and more and more money. I don't actually know how that debt situation is. Maybe they are going to work on that. Maybe they're going to buy stocks back, of course. I don't know. This is purely speculative, but it would not surprise me at all. That was my analysis on AAK. Now, if you did like this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe and leave any other companies you want me to make videos on in the comment section below.